What's up, family? Long time no see. I want to start this off by saying this is the redemption arc. I don't know if y'all watch anime. There's arcs where the hero is training, you know what I mean, to become strong. There's arcs where they're in the war and the hero's showing all the skills that they learned. There's the arc where after the war, where they're seeing all the fruits of their labor. And for me, this is my redemption arc. This is my redemption arc. This is the arc where I take all the training that I've learned from last year. I barely spoke to y'all last year. It was a long year. But I take all the training I've learned from last year and the year prior, the first year that I started this YouTube channel, and I apply it tenfold. I apply it hard. This is the arc where prior 2025, the hero, me, was down bad, fighting demons, trying to find himself within the fog. That all carries over to this arc where I seen and I still see all the weaknesses about myself. And over the course of this year, I will be posting more. Over the course of this year, I will be showing y'all more about my life, the good, the bad. I will be talking to y'all more about the things that I experienced that had me in a hole, but also the things I experienced and the people who I've experienced that have brought me up. You see, I had a therapist and he said, you got to be the hero in your own story. And for the longest, I've been my own villain. Yeah, I was a hero at times, but the majority of the time, I was my own villain. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of was questioning making this video because a part of me felt like I wasn't ready. I'm not in a position I want to be, but I realized that it's better to show y'all me at the beginning of this arc, the beginning of this redemption arc, and film it and prove to myself through videography by watching these videos over and over again as I post them that I'm growing. Because that's one thing I noticed when I started posting in 2024. I saw the fire I had, the passion I had just for being behind the camera. I saw myself developing more. You know, my speech, how I describe things, they became better. But at the same time, I saw myself in 2025 slowly decrease. Started dropping less videos. Started to care less about myself, how I looked, how I presented myself, how I carried myself, all these things. And now I'm here in 2026, January, first month. And I'm like, man, don't you want to be that hero again? Get back on your high horse and see where this shit can take you? Now, y'all know I'm not trying to be big #1 YouTuber, have 1,000 views. If that comes, that's beautiful. But for me, this is a documentary of myself. This is my way to connect with the world. This is my way to show myself, hey, you're growing. So if you haven't been here before, my name is Malik. This is Legacy, or Leak's Legacy. I'm sorry. I'm so used to saying something else, but this is Leak's Legacy, my YouTube channel where I document myself. I give advice to myself, but also to y'all, whoever watches. I try to show y'all a better light rather than living in your own shadow. I feel like last year, 2025, I saw the parts of myself I never thought I'd see. Now, I'm gonna go in depth, in terms of what I saw, what happened to me in other videos. I want to keep some content for other videos where I specifically talk about that. But for right now, in this moment, redemption. The word redemption to me means to get back after having a season or seasons of being down for so long. That redemption word means when you look at yourself in the mirror, when I look at myself in this camera, I see that fire coming back inside. The redemption means, hey, I'm going to show all these people that might have forgotten about me, who might have looked down on me, who might have thought I was out for the count, that, hey, I'm back and I'm better and I'm growing. And I promise you, the things that are coming up within the next month, the next 2 months, this summer, they're going to be beautiful things. They're going to be things I can't wait to show y'all. But also, the things I'm going to be talking about within these next couple months as I grow each and every day this year. They're going to be some real shit. Things you guys probably wouldn't expect me to go through. Things that maybe y'all have gone through that have kind of ruined you, and you're too afraid to tell people. You're too embarrassed to say, hey, that's me too. I'm coming here to say, hey, I'll say it for you. And if you feel me, just stick along. Redemption arc. And you know, the main thing, it's not just about proving myself to everyone else. Nah. It's not that. It's about proving myself to me. Proving myself to me, showing myself that, hey, you can become better. I saw you do it in 2024. 2025, you had glimpses of it. It was a new chapter, a new job, you know what I'm saying? A new thought process in terms of now you're an adult. You was an adult before, but if I'm being real for all my college people, when you living in college, life it's like a fantasy world kind of for most of us. A lot of us, we not really touched into that adult life until we get out of college. That was me. I know there's some people in college who are locked in, they working. I was working too. But in terms of bills, in terms of learning your weaknesses and learning your strengths, in terms of family dynamics, in terms of showing up for yourself every day when you don't want to, some people don't learn that until after college. And sadly, I was one of those people. And there's no judgment. I don't know if y'all have watched some of my previous videos, but over here on Leaks Legacy, I keep on saying Legacy first because on TikTok I was making a little series called Legacy Talks, but I realized that I'm more of a long form creator rather than like that 15-60 second creator. So I was like, let me hop back on Leaks Legacy and start speaking my mind instead of being on Legacy Talks and TikTok. That TikTok is not for me. I might as well just clip these videos and put them on TikTok. But outside of that, yo, your boy Leak, I just started waking up. 2024, I had an awakening. I was up. I was seeing shit. I was doing good. You know what I mean? I was off of my vices. You know what I mean? I was doing great. 2025 came along and I started off good. You know what I'm saying? I started off good. Just to give y'all a little glimpse. But I feel like I let my own thoughts defeat me. I let some of my vices defeat me. I let certain people who shouldn't have been in my mind hold a space in my mind that blurred my vision from the truth. And so I'm here to tell y'all in 2026, I'm tired. And I think in order to start your redemption arc, that's what you have to be. You have to be tired. You have to be so tired of yourself, of the way you're living, to be able to look up and be like, damn, look how far I've came. But not in a good way, but in a bad way. You know, it's beautiful when you're at the top and you're looking down like, damn, look how far I came, man. I'm at the penthouse. You know what I mean? Maybe not the penthouse, but you know what I mean. But nah, 2025, I was digging. I was digging physically and metaphorically. And now I'm looking up and I see the Malik, my higher self, at the top of this hole. And he's like, yo, I need you to come back up, bro. I'm about to send down the ladder. And I'm like, what? What you mean come back up? And I finally look up and I see how deep the hole I dug for myself. It's a hole I can get out of, for sure. I'm already in the steps of doing it. I got beautiful people around me. But I still got to climb that ladder. One step at a time. So I'm looking up. And you know, the thing about the redemption arc is you have to choose to do it. You know, I could be at the bottom of this hill, the bottom of this hole. And I don't know if y'all ever seen that picture of the guy pickaxing, hoping that he gets to the diamond, but then he stops too early and doesn't get to the diamond. Your mind could fuck with you. You could be digging that hole, thinking that there's diamonds underneath, When in reality, that shit just dirt. And I think that's what I realized. I've been digging this hole looking for diamonds, realizing it's all just dirt. There's nothing underneath. What's really up there, what's really underneath, was really the thing I need to chase. It's my higher self calling from above, like, yo, I'm about to throw down this ladder. Let's get back on our grind. Let's get back on that shit. Let's show these people who we are. Let's show myself who we are. Let's get back on it. Leaks, legacy, I'm here. And I ain't at the top yet. I'm still in that hole. But you know, I'm slowly just put my hand on the ladder. Just put my foot on that bottom step. I'm about to hit it. 1, 2, 1, 2. And that goes for all things. That means killing vices. I recently just killed a vice, and I'm speaking about it in a different video. But I want to go in depth about that because that's something that is killing a lot of people in this generation. Maybe not physically, but mentally and the pockets. And so I want to speak about that. I have been dealing with, you know, in terms of who am I? You know, what is my purpose? And not on a deeper level, but on a more so like, how can I show up for society rather than just showing up for myself? So that's a thought, and that's something I'm gonna make a video of. Romance. You know I like romance. You know we like to talk about that. Love. You know, what do I want out of it? Who really is the right person for me? You know, in terms of characteristics, in terms of heart. Family. What do I want to become? What do I want my family to see me as? You see, in 2025, I fell so deep that I didn't care about how people saw me. I was so caught up in my own terrible world that I was blinded. It was, like I said, it was a fog around my whole lens. And I started wiping off that fog early January. Right now it's January 27th. Started wiping off that fog early January. When life hit me, I had no choice but to wipe off that fog. And now I'm starting to see the guy at the top. And I'm like, damn, you so far up there, my guy. But I'm gonna get there with you. I promise you I'm gonna start climbing. That's me to myself. But also me to my family. I promise you I'm gonna start climbing. We already started. We just trying to hold on to the ladder as we climb it. You know what I'm saying? Friends, you know what I mean? I've kind of gone through a thought process of like, who's supposed to be around me. You know, I watch YouTubers like Steph is Cold, Purpose Driven Men, Malik Lewis, AB Academy. Beautiful, great shows. I mean, not shows, but channels y'all should check out. They talk about positivity, how to grow as a man. And, you know, I had spoke to somebody recently, and I had said, yo, it's hard for me to be a man because I didn't have that man in my life. I had my granddad, he died when I was 18. And that person told me, that's not an excuse, Malik. And I had to sit there and think about that. Like, damn, there's so many men out here who didn't have that father figure, who didn't have that male figure that they looked up to, but they still became something. And they became something because they didn't have that male figure. They decided to become that male figure for themselves and for their own family. You know, it's crazy to be the oldest child, but feel like you're not a man in your own house. You know, you hear these rappers and everybody talking about how they want to take care of their mother, and the way I was living, I wasn't even taking care of me. How can I take care of my mother? How can I show my siblings what a good man is? How can I show my brother? You know, I should be the first one getting an apartment, doing all these things, and that's going to be in another video y'all going to see. But still, like, I wasn't showing up for myself, and me not showing up for myself made me not be able to be a figure of light for people I really care about. Somebody my mom could be proud of. Somebody my brother can look at and really want to be. Somebody my sister could look at and be like, yo, he a good man. I'm not trying to get too emotional, but that shit hit me, man. Like, I feel that. I ain't gonna cry on camera, but I feel that. Like, yeah, I want to be good for myself, but I want to show my family that I'm a grown ass man and I can handle myself. And like, I'm speaking to y'all. Like I said, these are video documentaries for myself and for y'all. But I'm speaking to y'all saying, if you a man out there and you getting smacked around by your vices, You you don't feel respected by your peers. My man, it's time for your redemption arc. It's time for you to get the hell up, put the shovel down, and look up and see how far you've dug yourself. Talk to that higher version of yourself that's at the top of that hole, that's at the top of that hill, and tell him to throw down the rope. It's time to start grinding. Tell him, and when I say him, I mean yourself. Tell him, I'm going to be that man. And I don't know if any women watch this. Same thing goes for y'all, but I'm really talking to the young men out there. You know, a lot of these YouTubers I watch, I think Malik Lewis is 24. I think AB is 26. Steph is like 27. Nigga, I'm 25. I'm right in that mix. And I see them being successful. I just looked up this other YouTuber I've been watching, Reese in the Cut. Great dude. He's 21. Showing 10 bands. Not saying flexing, nah, none of that. But showing people how to get to it. Malik Lewis, showing people how to get tapped into the mind and with God. Steph is cold, showing people how to, be colder with the girls. AB, showing people how to stack their money, but also be good on YouTube. I'm saying all these people, not shouting them out to be like, go watch them. But nah, go watch them. Because these people have helped me want to start this redemption arc again. And one thing I'm going to say before I end this, because it's almost 16 minutes, is, when it comes to your friends, they always say, look at the 5 people around you, and that defines you, right? I've been thinking about that, who I keep around me, who I trust with my information. And I love my guys, I do. But I started to realize that these YouTubers I watch, those are the type of people I want around me, people who don't make excuses, people who want to build empires, people who want to build great families, people who want to move their mama out her house, make it life less stressful for her. I can't wait till I drop this, not this video, but this other video about the thing I went through and how, it affected my mom. I can't wait to drop that video so y'all open your eyes to the real shit that can happen to you. But nah, back to the friend thing. I'm looking at these YouTubers and I'm like, they might not be around me, but I can still take what they're saying and implement it into my life. Back to me saying I didn't have a grown man to teach me how to be a man. I had my father in my life, but he wasn't in there. I got good men around me. My mom got a great, but I got good men around me. But I feel like for me, I don't know. It just didn't hit me. I think me personally, I'm gonna say this in another video that I post soon, is that sometimes you gotta step out of the box, step out of your environment in order to truly grow. Put everything on your back. Take all the accountability. Take all the embarrassment. Take all the humility in order to grow. Because while I'm climbing up this hole, trying to reach my higher self, I promise you, I got a backpack full of shit on. But the higher I go, the lighter it get, because my body, my mind, my heart is getting stronger. My soul is starting to awaken because it's seeing that I'm doing things that I need to do in order to become the best version of me. I'm not running no more. So the last thing I'm going to say on this, stop running. Stop running. Stop digging. There ain't diamonds down there in that wasteland you're in. Look up and see your higher self. Look up and see God, whatever you want to say, and start climbing that ladder. Because the ladder was always there. They threw it down. You were just too busy digging to turn around and see it. And I'm telling y'all right now, I turned around and I saw that ladder and I grabbed onto that shit as fast as I fucking could. Redemption arc. Will you be a part of it with me on Leaks Legacy? Will you watch the redemption arc? Because this is just part 1. A lot of things I'm going to be talking about in the next couple of months is going to be about what I went through in 2025, how I felt in 2024, and what I'm trying to do in 2026. I'm tired of making excuses. I'm going to start living. I have started living. So thank you for watching. And please come back. If not, it's okay. But I promise you, we're gonna be doing some big things on Leaks Legacy this year. No more excuses. The redemption arc starts now. I'm out.